What's up, guys? Today I want to read Lamentations, and I'm going to start at chapter 2. God's anger at sin. The Lord in his anger has cast a dark shadow over beautiful Jerusalem. The fairest of Israel's cities lies in the dust, thrown down from the heights of heaven. In his day of great anger, the Lord has shown no mercy, even to his temple. Without mercy, the Lord has destroyed every home in Israel. In his anger, he has broken down the fortress walls of beautiful Jerusalem. He has brought them to the ground, dishonoring the kingdom and its rulers. All the strength of Israel vanishes beneath his fierce anger. The Lord has withdrawn his protection as the enemy attacks. He consumes the whole land of Israel like a raging fire. He bends his bow against his people as though he were their enemy. His strength is used against them to kill their finest youth. His fury is poured out like fire on beautiful Jerusalem. Yes, the Lord has vanquished Israel like an enemy. He has destroyed her palaces and demolished her fortresses. He has brought unending sorrow and tears upon beautiful Jerusalem. He has broken down his temple as though it were merely a garden shelter. The Lord has blotted out all memory of the holy festivals and Sabbath days. Kings and priests fall together before his fierce anger. The Lord has rejected his own altar. He despises his own sanctuary. He has given Jerusalem's palaces to her enemies. They shout in the Lord's temple as though it were a day of celebration. The Lord has determined to destroy the walls of beautiful Jerusalem. He made careful plans for their destruction, then did what he had planned. Therefore the ramparts and walls have fallen down before him. Jerusalem's gates have sunk into the ground. He has smashed their locks and bars. Her kings and princes have been exiled in distant lands. Her law has ceased to exist. Her prophets receive no more visions from the Lord. The leaders of beautiful Jerusalem sit on the ground in silence. They are clothed in burlap and throw dust on their heads. The young women of Jerusalem hang their heads in shame. I have cried until the tears no longer come. My heart is broken. My spirit is poured out in agony as I see the desperate plight of my people. Little children and tiny babies are fainting and dying in the streets. They cry out to their mothers, "We need food and drink." Their lives ebb away. Their lives ebb away in the streets like the life of a warrior wounded in battle. They gasp for life as they collapse in their mother's arms. What can I say about you? Who has ever seen such sorrow? O daughter of Jerusalem, to what can I compare your anguish? O virgin daughter of Zion, how can I comfort you? For your wound is as deep as the sea. Who can heal you? Your prophets have said so many foolish things, false to the core. They did not save you from exile by pointing out your sins. Instead, they painted false pictures, filling you with false hope. All who pass by jeer at you. They scoff and insult beautiful Jerusalem, saying, "In this city called most beautiful in all the world and joy of all the earth, all your enemies mock you. They scoff and snarl and say, 'We have destroyed her at last. We have long waited for this day, and it is finally here.' But it is the Lord who did just as he planned. He has fulfilled the promises of disaster he made long ago. He has destroyed Jerusalem without mercy. He has caused her enemies to gloat over her and has given them power over her. Cry aloud before the Lord, O walls of beautiful Jerusalem. Let your tears flow like a river day and night. Give yourselves no rest, give your eyes no relief. Rise during the night and cry out. Pour out your hearts like water to the Lord. Lift up your hands to him in prayer, pleading for your children, for in every street they are faint with hunger. O Lord, think about this. Should you treat your own people this way? Should mothers eat their own children, those they once bounced on their knees? Should priests and prophets be killed within the Lord's temple? See them lying in the streets, young and old, boys and girls, killed by the swords of the enemy. You have killed them in your anger, slaughtering them without mercy. You have invited terrors from all around, as though you were calling them to a day of feasting. In the day of the Lord's anger, no one has escaped or survived. The enemy has killed all the children whom I carried and raised. And then we're going to flip back over here in Lamentations. It says hope in the Recovery Bible. It breaks it down and it speaks on right here. So it says hope. Perhaps we are brokenhearted because of bitter suffering in our family. Maybe our once good reputation has been ruined and now we are ashamed. Our lives have been taken captive and destroyed before the watchful eyes of friends and foes alike. Jeremiah watched this happen to his beloved nation, Israel. It's no wonder he is known as the weeping prophet. The people of God refused to listen to Jeremiah's warnings, and they were taken captive by a heathen nation as a result. Lamentations is a record of Jeremiah's lament over the shameful fate of God's people. He wept, peace has been stripped away, and I have forgotten what prosperity is. I cry out, my splendor is gone. Everything I had hoped for from the Lord is lost. The thought of my suffering and homelessness is bitter beyond words. I will never forget this awful time as I grieve over my loss. Yet I still dare to hope when I remember this. The faithful love over the Lord, it never ends. His mercies never cease. Great in his faithfulness, his mercies begin afresh each morning. I say to myself, the Lord is my inheritance, therefore I will hope in him. So it is good to wait quietly for salvation from the Lord. Turning our lives over to God includes giving him our pain and suffering. In our times of grief and shame, we can hope knowing that God will help us overcome the problems we face. God is strong enough to lift our burdens and loving enough to mend our broken hearts. And I just want to speak on Lamentations chapter 2, man, and that little breakdown on hope. I myself, as somebody, since I left California in my recovery program, I was out there attending, and I was a part of. I just reunited back home, and it's been about 30 days now that I've been back here in Sallisaw, and that's one thing that I've struggled with just some grief from my past, burdens from my past, and that's it. That's what I needed until I came across the right part in the book to my understanding, to where it tells my heart what I need to do. People can tell me things every single day, and I just myself of how I am, I try my best to understand it, but like I say, until I receive it in the way that Brandon is meant to receive it, because everything happens for a reason. This is my example right here. I mean, I opened up and something told me to just jump to chapter 2, turn the page, and then come back to the page and read that hope part. And I just understood it because, I relate with feeling homeless, feeling like a burden, dealing with grief from my past. But I'm learning to deal with all these emotions in a positive way. So thank you guys, and I hope this reading today touches somebody in a special way that it's touched me. Thank you guys, and God bless.